Howdy friendos, my name is Stuart and welcome to part 2 of our look into Hotel Transylvania and technically part 3 of our Dracula looks. If you haven't seen other vampire videos, check out Alucard, and Mavis. One of these things is not like the other and it's the anime one! Anyway, if you actually do want to compare, please take a look at our Castlevania Dracula. Today we'll be looking at the main character of the franchise, and that is, of course, Dracula, or Drac to his friends. And while it's unclear if this is supposed to be Vlad Tepes III or some variant, this Dracula is a vampire and has lived a long and tortured life. Raised by his father Vlad, Drac grew up disgusted by humans and viewing them as monstrous. Eventually he would marry Lady Martha, insert Snyder joke here, and have a child named Mavis. Unfortunately, tragedy struck when the local villagers attacked their home and Martha was killed in the confusion. Now, unlike when Lisa was killed, Martha's death had a different effect on our Lord of all Vampires. After many years of being hunted down by humans like the Van Helsing family, Drac made a fortress for monsters to be safe, and thus Hotel Transylvania was born. It's fascinating when we take a look at Drac, and he's had the same tragedies as all the other vampires, but didn't decide to curse the world and kill it. So when the series starts, he's run a hotel for over 100 years, and he's had a very strict no-human rule for the safety of his guests. Drac prioritizes safety, but comes off as a control freak. He'll play it so safe to sacrifice fun, and in the case of his daughter, lie and deceive to protect her. Because he's not actively causing harm, we're going to take a page out of Castlevania's version and start Drac at lawful neutral. In fact, I would put him almost all the way up to lawful good. Here's what's really fun though. This is actually a case where we finally get to start a character at a very toxic lawful good. Yes, lawful good. Dracula is a leader and a person self-tasked with protecting all of monster kind, meaning he does good in the eyes of both his people and people for that matter, keeping mortal and monstrous races separated for their own safety. And if you want to see other monsters or vampires, be sure to, here it comes, haunt the like button, spook on over to the subscribe button, blah 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 the bell, and let us know your dark desires in the comments. Oh no, stopping that one. No, comment section, do not get weird. No, cut it, let's go. However, before we go, did you know that you can watch the next 3 alignment videos ahead of schedule by becoming a channel member, a patron, or a Twitch subscriber? Whichever one is most convenient for you, you can just go ahead and do that. Becoming any of these premium members gives you access to the next 3 alignment videos on your select platform and gives you a spot at the end credits of our alignment videos and gaming videos. Each membership also gives you access to another unique set of benefits. YouTube Premium gives you access to stickers and emojis not available anywhere else, and sometimes a 4th bonus alignment video. Patreon gives you access to monthly wallpapers, lore packets, and access to the uncut archive of our D&D campaigns. And Twitch gives you access to a different set of emote stickers and access to our entire streaming library. If you're especially ambitious and want to collect all 3 Infinity Stones of the Loading Crew, this gives you access to a special title in our Discord. It's mostly bragging rights, but hey, you're better than everyone else. Check any of the links in the description to gain access and help support the channel.
Now, Dracula gonna separate you into 2 groups, ugly and dummy.
What purpose does this serve?
Dracula didn't ask for no lip.
Now what?
Dracula didn't tell you to look over here, dummy. You keep facing the wall.
Yes, sir.
So, baby, you want to see Dracula dance? Yeah, you like that? Oh, yeah. Dracula bringing the heat now.
On his daughter's 118th birthday, Drac sets up an extravagant party. He's polite to his guests, his friends, and he's being a good host. And while he is, on a technical level, perpetuating bigotry against humans, but considering how he was raised and what happened to his wife and the Van Helsing clan, blah blah blah, this does make sense. I'm actually going to go with lawful good on this.
Good morning, Maybe Wavy. Happy birthday, my little mouse.
Thank you, Dad. I know it's my birthday.
After hearing how his daughter wants to explore the world, Drac allows her to go to a nearby village. Now, this seems like it would be neutral good or even lawful good until the truth is revealed. Drac has designed a village to literally perpetuate the fear of humans in his own daughter. He's overjoyed when the plan works, and now Mavis swears to never leave. Full disclosure, I have an assistant ghostwriter named Cinema Freak. He has been extremely helpful and is honestly the only reason this channel still floats as it does. However, we do seem to have an immense disagreement to how the dings on this particular one will go. There are points in this where I will put down what he has written down for the alignment dings, and then there will be points where I will put down what I have for the alignment dings, and these two tokens will go in separate directions. You can go ahead and choose to believe what you want at the end of the video and see whose decision you agree with. This token right here will represent Cinema Freak's ideas, and this token right here will represent my ideas. I like to believe that we both think that Dracula is a good person, but the results of his actions will ding in different directions based on our own personal core values. So I personally think this is chaotic good because he's doing this to protect his daughter. He, however, views that this is neutral evil since he is gaslighting her into what is essentially fantastical racism, and he's doing it for his own selfish benefit and not letting his daughter make her own decisions. I'm actually most curious about this in the comments. With his dick move complete, Drac is ready to party when a human gets past his defenses. And while his reaction to get Johnny out is because he doesn't want to scare the guests and his own perception on humans, he also doesn't want his lie to be exposed, so we're gonna go with chaotic neutral. Though I'm going to go with neutral good since he's trying to kick out Johnny without hurting him.
A place of peace, relaxation, and tranquility.
Cool, so it's like a hotel for monsters?
Way to sum it up.
Telling Johnny the truth and opening up about himself, Drac tries to escort the uninvited guest out humanely. Too bad they're caught, and Drac and Johnny are forced to lie and not scare everyone. Chaotic good.
Here, let me show you.
2, 3, 4. Vampire girl with the fangy bang. Hair real cute with the fangy bang.
As the party starts, Drac has to wrestle control and the spotlight from Johnny. Unfortunately, Johnny is just too gosh darn popular. Eventually, Drac tries to hypnotize Johnny to leave, fails, and then threatens him with drinking blood. Bear in mind, Drac has supplements for blood, so he's just kind of being a turd about it. I'm going to go with lawful evil for this is clearly just a bluff and a threat. However, Cinema has declared that this is chaotic evil.
When's that Johnny kid gonna be done party planning? He's a great hang.
Yeah, he's an animal. And it was so nice seeing Mavis laughing and hitting it off with him.
Drac tries to relax, but learns how much people like Johnny. Things only get worse when Quasimodo, the cook, discovers the truth. Drac and Johnny try to lie before Drac saves Johnny and freezes Quasimodo. Chaotic good on that one.
And it was no mystery who killed her.
She was killed by your kind.
Alone, at last, Drac finally tells Johnny about Martha. They bond and make a promise that Johnny will leave after the party is done with no ill will. Too bad Drac's bad habits come back hard when he sees Mavis and Johnny kiss and reveals to everyone that he lied a dozen times. Lawful neutral. Though Cinema has marked here chaotic evil, and I'm not certain on that one.
I think they zinged.
They zinged?
But I got in the way.
Realized that he's messed up bad, Drac finally takes his head out of his ass. He apologizes to the pissed patrons and admits he's lied out of fear and must save Johnny, even at the risk of human world and sunlight. Drac goes to make his daughter happy. Being a good father, lawful good.
They like us? Really?
Looking for Johnny, Drac and the others learn that humans love monsters. They get help as Drac flies through the sunlight to get Johnny to come back. There will be one quick lawful evil ding for more mind control shenanigans, but this deed is a big step for Dracula, so we're gonna give him a chaotic good on top of that. Over several years, Drac has gone along with several changes to its hotel. It is now human-friendly. Johnny lives and works there, and it's been updated with Sony product placement. Drac is, of course, overjoyed when Mavis marries and his family grows. Lawful good twice. Shortly thereafter, Drac learns that he's going to be a grandparent. He's overjoyed, but becomes overprotective of baby Dennis. What's worse is that he begins projecting that his grandson will be a vampire and not a human. We'll label this neutral good for now, since it's innocent and he clearly definitely cares.
Denise, bitch.
Dad?
Just checking for cavities.
The denial grows as Dennis gets older. Drac becomes desperate as Dennis gets closer to the max age that a vampire has with no change. Dude's excited, but he's looking for any sign, even if Dennis gets hurt. We're gonna give a generous chaotic neutral on this one.
Your tooth came out.
Are you kidding me? He got his tooth knocked out?
Oh, yes, indeed. Here comes the fang.
Horrified when Mavis considers moving for Dennis's safety, Drac goes into a crisis mode and doubles down, sending Johnny and Mavis to California with the promise to watch Dennis. Drac gets to work. Chaotic neutral as well.
Where are we going, Papa Drac?
Oh, Denisovich, we're going to have an adventure. A monstery adventure.
Yay, monsters!
Drac tries in vain to force Dennis to change. He endangers guests and forces his grandson to stay up way past his bedtime. The worst of all crimes. Dude even chucks Dennis off of a high ledge to get him to fly. Yeah, Drac catches him, but this is super fucked up. I will be giving it a chaotic neutral, but cinema has elected to give this one a chaotic evil, and to be honest, I ain't gonna argue with that. Also, if you want to argue that these aren't evil aligned, Drac tries to cover his tracks when Mavis is onto him. Dude literally rushes home and avoids a fire that he caused and tries to lie to his daughter again. I'd go with chaotic neutral, but cinema has gone with neutral evil, and again, it's hard for me to argue. This is why alignment's interesting.
There is my Grandpa Vlad.
Oh, you have a grandpa?
Yeah, he'll be at the party. I invited him.
You invited him?
With the move imminent, Drac hosts Johnny's family before learning that his own dad was invited. Remembering that Vlad is even more of a racist, that's cinema's line, and Johnny's family is in danger, Drac disguises him for all their safety. Chaotic good.
All right, where's my vamp son?
Trying to hide Dennis from Vlad, Drac goes along with the late Fanger angle before Vlad offers to help scare Dennis's fangs out. Drac takes him up on this. Dude, come on. Again, I am going with chaotic neutral since I feel like the vampire angle is a bit stronger here, and cinema is saying neutral evil, and again, I can't really argue that. That's a valid concern, especially with kids.
What's this now? You're not a vampire?
Blair?
Caught again and realizing that he's gone too far, Drac admits the truth about Dennis and the in-laws, and finally accepts him. The movie ends with Drac saving Dennis, who is indeed a late Fanger, and they beat up Vlad's, I don't know, pets? Boyfriends? Pet boyfriends? Not cake shaming. That's both of our lines. This is a cop-out and a Nat 1 ending. Absolutely neutral good.
I will hunt you for all eternity! If it's the last thing I ever do!
Things settle as Mavis and the gang stay at the hotel. After spoiling his grandson with a puppy, Drac feels the singles blues as everyone enjoys a wedding. Dude even begins looking online to maybe find some companionship after a century. Neutral, yeah, legit.
Welcome to the Bermuda Triangle, where you'll embark on a monster cruise of a lifetime.
Dragged on to a surprise vacation by his daughter, Drac, who has a history of hating surprises and a lack of control, thanks Mavis for a chance to spend time with his family. However, Drac soon has a startling discovery with randomly generated Adam Sandler girlfriend number 69. Nice. Erica. He has been re-zinged. Neutral good.
Oh, you were so right, great-grandfather. Monsters are disgusting.
Drac tries to relax, unaware that Erica Van Helsing is trying to kill him, and he's having a good time, but doesn't want Mavis to know yet. When he learns Erica wants some one-on-one time with him, Drac stumbles his way onto his first date in 100 years. I'm trying to work a 51st Dates joke in here, and I can't.
The food here is to die for.
Drac tries his best to flirt. He opens up about himself, Martha's death, and even more, eventually finding Erica trying to obtain something. Drac is happy to help her, flirting the entire time. Neutral good.
Dad!
Babies!
When Mavis sees her father and Erica, Drac reveals that he's re-zinged, something he thought was impossible. He's ready to accept Erica's answer, sad as he may be, before Mavis tells him to try again. Neutral.
I know you recognize me. Your greatest rival.
Oh, right. You own that Holiday Inn down by the airport.
With Abraham Van Helsing revealing himself and his connection to Erica, Drac jumps in to save his friends and family. With the power of Johnny's DJ skills and the Macarena, Drac is able to soothe the savage beast, save his old enemy, and propose to Erica. An overall good day for the Tepes family. Awful good.
Here's to Hotel Transylvania, celebrating 125 years!
Returning back to the hotel and celebrating the 125th anniversary, Drac feels it's time to hand the reins off to Mavis and reluctantly Johnny. Ready to fulfill his new marriage with Erica, Drac has fallen back on some bad controlling habits as the big announcement gets closer. Let's go with a neutral good real quick.
I have started a new phase in my life, and I feel it is time to begin a new chapter for Hotel Transylvania.
As Drac prepares his speech, an overenthusiastic Johnny gives him second thoughts. Drac lies to him about a monster real estate law and then lies to everyone, including Erica, about the big announcement, confusing them. Dude then begins dodging his wife and daughter to keep the lie going. I'm going with chaotic neutral because he's panicking. However, Cinema has decided to go with neutral evil. I feel more strongly about mine on this one.
Uh-oh.
Finding a now transformed Johnny who can inherit the hotel, Drac panics about being caught in another lie. He chases after his son-in-law and hypnotizes his grandchild to cover his tracks. Too bad Drac's aim sucks with the monstrification gun, and he makes the situation worse. I'm going again with chaotic neutral because of the panic. However, Cinema once again has gone with neutral evil. Now a human, Drac realizes the gun is broken and neither Johnny or he can change back. With Van Helsing's instructions, father and son-in-law will go to South America while lying to everyone where they are going. Drac only gets Johnny to tag along as a father-son bonding experience. I'm going with chaotic good, and Cinema has chose neutral evil.
Aren't the sounds of nature soothing?
Drac and Johnny travel. Drac making several mistakes and ignoring Johnny's advice all the while. Dude even ignores his daughter's calls again. Things only start to improve after Dracula helps Johnny learn to fly. Drac realizes his son-in-law's capabilities. Chaotic good.
You're flying! Erica!
Don't sweat it. Mwah. I love you inside and out.
After enough bonding and realizing he needs to tell the truth, Drac is met by Mavis and his friends and is forced to come clean about his latest lie. This, of course, upsets everyone, but also mutates Johnny into a mindless beast. As Mavis goes to stop Johnny, Drac and the others rush to fix the ray gun. Lawful good.
I can't believe it took becoming a human to finally realize it. But you taught me to look for the good in everything. And now I see that so much of the good in my life is because of you.
When the gun is fixed but doesn't work, Drac is targeted by Johnny. He admits that he was wrong about his son-in-law, who is indeed part of the family. This works and everyone is transformed back into their normal selves. Neutral good.
I wanted to say that the hotel is destroyed!
Finding a now ruined hotel, Drac finally decides to go through with his original plan. He gives Mavis and Johnny free reign over the establishment and retires. Drac starts his new life, but still checks back in to see with the family and the business he's built. Lawful good.
It's exactly the same!
Well, we just made a couple of tiny adjustments.
So despite this being a family-friendly movie, this Dracula isn't toothless. This Dracula is clearly traumatized and damaged by a group of people, and yes, he does single them out and target them specifically for their species. And yes, that is wrong, but you know, he does come from a world where there is a precedence for this sort of thing. This is where we have to separate real-life antics with the world's logic that is happening here. Drac and his friends are dangerous to humans and vice versa, and they are at a point in their history where it was a good idea for them to separate. Now, 125 years later, Dracula is still living in the past, and not unreasonably so, but he does do some kind of messed up things to his family and friends. He lies to them consistently, he actively attempts to gaslight them, and he does do like a whole bunch of shit that's really questionable. Granted, this is a case of what I will say is toxic lawful good. It is a case of someone projecting their own insecurities onto someone else and with good logic and reason, continues to do so even after being proven wrong. And throughout the movies, Drac is at least improving and trying. He is just literally an ancient creature who has a hard time accepting anything else. Now, originally, Cinema had a much harsher closing argument than this, but I think I would like to use this as a positive takeaway. Drac is a well-meaning person who does hurt his family, but at least he improves. There's a lot that could be taken here in real life, but I don't want to really expand upon that, and I don't want to preach to people. Just know that there's a reason why I think Dracula ends up right here, while he seems to think that Dracula ends up here. This is just a personal bias affecting our views on this, and this is also another one of the reasons why I love discussing alignment so much, and it's a reason I have the words "this is subjective" plastered all over my fucking videos, is because I thought that Dracula was acting in not only his best interest, but the best interest of everyone else, while Cinema seemed to think that Drac was acting selfish the entire time. And to be honest, there's a bit of truth to it. So I'm gonna leave this question open for the comments. Who do you think was, I will generously say, more correct in Dracula's final alignment? Do you think it was me, or do you agree with Cinema? I'm genuinely more curious. My guess is people who are more sensitive to current issues will probably think Cinema is more correct, and people who are a bit more divorced will probably see more eye to eye with me. Thank you to the patrons, and I'll see you all next time.
Simon, what the fuck is your deal? You don't invite me to your parties. Do you know how that feels? Are you freaking serious? You killed all my guests just cause you felt left out? No. Yes. Well, monsters like me can still be your friend. Just stop bringing our lives to a god-awful end. Now, since we are the only ones left alive, let's play two-man twister. Come on, give it a try.